times the size of my house. We're very grateful. And I'm very grateful to all of the distinguished names that George has already mentioned who have turned out for me here and for this exhibition. I couldn't have been more welcomed in Canada, and I realise as a British interloper into Canadian sacred territory, that might not have been the case, but it's been an incredibly wonderful experience for me. So my interest, why is this British director, I should say I'm Scottish, the Scottish director of an English institution, interested in the Group of Seven and Tom Thomson. And it does actually go back. There's a personal story here, but it's a long story. When I was a very junior assistant curator at the Royal Academy in London, and I worked in the library there, and one of the many jobs I did, when I left I was replaced by 3 people. I'm not bitter, I'm just telling you. One of the many jobs I did at the Royal Academy, I was kind of a library assistant as well. One day a student came in with a pile of books, and I went through them, and one of them was of the Group of Seven. Interesting that one of the great teaching institutions of London has those books on the Group of Seven, even in the 1980s, late 1980s. And I opened the book, and I literally fell in love there and then, on the spot. And because I've always been interested in exhibitions, and I've been an exhibitions curator all my professional life, I've always wondered if I could be the person to do a big show. In the back of my mind for an awful long time. Eventually, I got to Canada. I was invited by the Agnes Etherington Gallery to do a lecture. This was in 2005, something like that. Came over, saw the paintings for the first time in the flesh, as it were, and reaffirmed that goal that I would try and do a show. And I visited, for instance, Charlie Hill on that occasion. This was a long time ago, and some other people like Dennis Reed at the AGO, and talked to them rather vaguely about the possibility. But the real catalyst for the show was, funny enough, a completely random meeting with David Thomson, the great collector, in London at his archive there. David very quickly discovered he had a Group of Seven enthusiast on his hands. We were there to talk about Paul